God has left your message, not here, but in his text. Not here, but in the Bible. Not here, but in his word. Now that I got y'all attention, let's just be real with one another for a minute, me and you, on our quick little FaceTime. You've been slacking. I've been slacking. We know that we can do more, but we haven't been doing more. We know that God has called us to be greater, but we keep settling with things that are comfortable. We are letting time pass us by and not taking full advantages of the things and the ways that God has blessed us with to change our lives. It's time to buckle down and get serious. It's time for us to see and understand the anointings and the power and the favor that we have over our lives. This is not the time to be doing the same thing over and over again. If you are in the same place that you were in last week, you haven't been using your time wisely to complete the task that God has called you to do. Again, this is a vulnerable video, so even though I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you and we feeling the same thing, this is also for me too, you know? He wants me to know that I have to transform. It's time for transformation. I've been doing the same thing over and over again. Like, I've just been consistent and getting better at being mediocre, when that is not what God has called me to do. So I've been settling with not getting on and recording my YouTube videos. I've been settling with not giving my testimony. I've been settling in my titles, when now is not the time for me to keep being settled or still in the titles that he's blessed me with. And I was listening to Pastor Darius, and the way he said, like, we could be further. And if God blessed us with this much, with us being mediocre, what can he do when we allow him to fully step into our life? From when we release the chains and the things that's been holding us back and weighing us down, when we like fully accept the transformation to become greater. I know I could be so much further. I feel it. I really feel it. I've been feeling God tug at me more. Y'all know the feeling. God tugging at you, or he's telling you to stop doing something, or he's telling you to pick up the word more. We all been feeling the tug. He's calling all of his children to come near to him again. We just haven't been doing our part. We just haven't been being obedient. And then we want to sit around and talk about how we're tired of going through the same thing over and over again. If we're tired, we have to make a change. I'm tired of going through these things over and over again, but no change have been made on my side. And then I tried to talk to him and say, well, God, you know, I started a women's group. I have prophetic prayers. Women are growing in there. I've been disciplined. I ain't missed no days, whether it was on my baby's birthdays, my anniversaries, my birthday, like no matter what the holiday or the season or the celebration was, I've still been showing up. Like, I've been disciplined with that. But then, like, he was just showing to me, like, you're being too comfortable in that as well. You have more inside of you. You talking to those 80 plus women every week is not all that I called for you to do. So here I am. Day one of trying to find myself and to see what it is God has called me to do. And as I go on this journey, I am hoping and praying that someone can relate and I'm able to change with someone else. Like, so if you're coming across this video, I hope that it's your wake-up call just as well as it is mine, that it is time to make a change. It is time for us to stop settling. It's time for us to stop being mediocre. God is calling us near. He's calling us near. He just wants our willing yes. And then he's not just calling me, because if you feel where I'm coming from, he's calling you and other people. He's calling as well. So don't mess around and let him give somebody else your blessing because you're moving slow and you just won't pick up the feet. Because what he's telling you, he's telling other people. I made a video about that some months back. We all on a radio frequency. He just waited for the yes and the people to complete the task. So don't get caught up in being a mom, a husband, a father, a wife. Don't get caught up in your titles. Don't get caught up in their job. Don't get caught up in the business. Who are you? What are your gifts? What has God been pulling at you to start doing more of or start doing less of? What are the things that God has blessed you with that are sent here to bless others? It's time. What you've been doing is not enough. Even though you've been busy while doing it, it's not enough. What you've been doing is not enough. He wants more. He deserves more. He woke you up this morning. That means he's not done with you yet. Stop settling and stop being so fast to give up. God is always on time. He's an on-time God. And yes, following him is not easy, and you will go through different things, trials and tribulations. But even while going through the trials and tribulations, when following him, you should be happy that you're going through it, because you know that your God is going to come up and show out. He's going to come in and get things together for you. God is who he said he is. God is who he showed you he was when he brought you out of the things that he brought you from a long time ago. Just because things have gotten better, that doesn't mean that this is the best, because the best is still yet to come. So yes, we're going to see the weapons form, but they won't prosper. Yes, while we walk it may be dark, but he'll come be the light. He's going to shield and protect us. We have the blood of Jesus on us. Now is the time to get right. Now is the time when we stop settling. Now is the time where we figure out who we are and operate in it while growing our relationship with God and knowing who he is. So I know I said a whole lot, but I pray that something stood out to you. Settling because a lot of people may not be around you or showing you the love that you think you deserve, or you're not having the support that you want to have. But you also need to remember that you still have somebody for you. You still have your target audience out there. You still have your